Out of all the time periods throughout the year that I find myself struggling the most creatively, winter is by far the hardest time period for me to get through. Winter presents itself with shorter hours and less daylight. I'm getting done with all of my client work for the year and getting to that slow period throughout the year. And then if you live in an area like the Midwest or Michigan, then it doesn't snow 100% year round. Most of the days here in Michigan present themselves as gray, muddy days with no leaves on the trees and no greenage, and the planet just looks sad. And it makes it hard to feel inspired to go out and just create something like you could do on a regular summer day when the weather is nice. So today I am giving you 3 of the things that I have been implementing this year to help me get through the creative burnout that comes during the winter time. Let's go. What's good, everybody? For those of you guys who are new to my channel, my name is Sydney Baker Green. I'm a nationally published wedding and portrait photographer, cinematographer, and colorist, and I am so excited to talk about this topic because looking back at my channel, I always fall off the face of the earth throughout winter. So let's talk about 3 of the things that I've been doing to really help mitigate that creative burnout that comes in the winter. Tip number 1 is to simply create what you can. And what I mean by that is we have to accept the planet for what it is at the time being. One of my biggest pitfalls and a trap that I fall into every winter is the fact that during the winter time, I'm inspired by summer, I'm inspired by beaches, I'm inspired by fall, I'm inspired by color, and oftentimes that's not what the planet is presenting me. And unless I'm going to go out and travel all winter to warmer places, I am stuck with gray and muddy Michigan. So while it is a challenge, it's a really good exercise as a creative to continue to challenge and push yourself in either a new medium or a new fashion to create during these harder times. One of the things that I did last year is I started shooting film photography. And while I didn't really like a lot of the results, I did have fun going out shooting film during the winter months. And what that led to was this overwhelming excitement and joy when the sun came back out and I discovered what the film looked like with the sun in it. So you have a lot of opportunities to really mix it up and change it up, but I encourage you to push through and create something during these harder times. Tip number 2 is to take on a passion project and create something for yourself. You heard me earlier in this video say that I'm finishing up client work that I've been working on all year. Well, the caveat to that is that throughout the year, I didn't really have time to create anything for myself. And let's be honest with ourselves real quick. Most of the time, the client work that we're doing is not always work that we are truly 100% passionate about. For the most part, client work puts food on the table, and if it's not every job, it is at least some jobs that we are taking for sustainable income and to provide for ourselves. So what we have to do in order to nourish this creative fire that we have inside of us is take some time and create something that nourishes the reason why you got into these mediums in the first place. Why did you start photography? Why did you start filmmaking? Do something that brings you joy to begin with. It's a lot like mental health. You have to take care of yourself if you're going to help others. You have to take care of your own creativity if you're going to be creative for others. My 3rd and final tip is very, very simple. Learn a new technique. Honestly, the first 2 tips that I gave you are the hardest to do because if you're like me, most of the times I'll just fold and not do anything creatively. But one of the things that I really dislike looking back at my previous track record is that I've spent that time where I'm not creating, doing absolutely nothing. And so in the end, I just wasted a whole bunch of time where I could have been growing in some aspect, if not on my YouTube channel, then in my skills. So take this time to invest in your education. Learn that new lighting technique that you've probably been dying to try or that you've seen on YouTube tons of times. Or learn that new editing technique when it comes to regular editing or even audio techniques. I know I personally struggle with editing audio. Learn color grading. Learn how to rig up car shots. Practice flying your drone more consistently because if you're not out here creating content for a platform or you don't have shoots lined up, the best thing you can do is invest in your education because it makes you a better creator and it increases your value and allows you to even charge more as a creator as well when you get back to that client work. So those are my 3 tips, guys. This is a pretty quick and simple video, but I want to get this out here because I know a lot of people are probably struggling during these winter months. If you have a tip that you do personally, if there is anything that you do personally to stay inspired during the winter, leave a comment down below so somebody else can read it. And this can kind of just be a nice wealth of information on how to get through these gray and muddy times. And furthermore, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications if you have not, share it with a creator who you think needs to hear it, and be sure to check out that link in the description down below called Be in the Know to hear about my new secret color grading project that is going to change the way that we teach color grading, at least the way I teach color grading. And also be sure to follow me and the YouTube fam on our social medias. Our links are in the description down below. My beautiful people, now more than ever, if you're ever feeling uninspired, uncreative, or just want to give up on life, remember, every day airplanes take off against the wind. Keep climbing, stay inspired, guys. And as always, stay fabulous. My name is Sydney, and I will see you beautiful people next time. Peace out.